What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Guys, before we get started, I want to thank the sponsors of this video. My very first sponsor, Winsauce. Guys, it's so weird. It's so weird how whenever I come up with it, like 4 days ago I posted a video about the Atari VCS, some articles, some guy shedding some light on some negativity. It's almost like every time I do something like that, there's a stupid little taste of something. All of a sudden Atari comes out with it. It's like it's handed to me. Okay, you just gave everyone the appetizer. Let's make 3 or 4 more videos. And you know what? It actually grows the channel. Every time I put one of these videos out there, it's inevitable I'm going to get 5 to 6 fucking subs. Now maybe they'll leave after the fact, but regardless, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out and everything. I hope you don't think this is going to be all VCS all the time, but I am going to be sad when it's all over. It's eventually going to be all over, whichever way it goes. And I'm either going to have egg in my face, or I'm just going to sit back and be like, see? What we've been trying to tell you, but I don't know. Notice I'm saying all this wearing an actual Atari VCS t-shirt. I want to address 2 more things here before we get to the topic, because the topic isn't all that long anyway. My loyalties have been questioned. You know, guys, I absolutely love Atari. I love it. You know what? Hold on. Is that not a thing of fucking beauty? This is sexy, and this is sexy defined. You look up sexy, and this should be in the dictionary. This, I love. Heck, I even love its children. So questioning my loyalties to the Atari brand is pretty stupid, considering you're talking about something that's not Atari. It has the name Atari. It doesn't smell like Atari, though. It doesn't taste like Atari. It doesn't feel like Atari. It's some fuck who got the name Atari, and they're using the name poorly. I'll just leave it at that. Don't fucking question shit. What you're defending is underneath my shoes, and what I'm defending is in the background with the fucking halos and all that shit, okay? So there, take that, fuckface. Also, the word troll. Trolling is when someone comes into a conversation and talks shit, okay? They don't have an opinion either way, or maybe they do, but they just don't care. And they just want to stir the pot. They want to get the shit flung into the fan. You know what I mean? When someone comes on and says, you know what, this thing has a little bit of fuckery going on, and they list facts, like legitimate facts, like, hey, this hasn't happened, and this has happened. And in the past, whenever these things do correspond in that kind of a way, this is usually the result. And they call them a troll. It's like these Kool-Aid drinking motherfuckers, they just don't get it. They don't get it. I understand you're holding on. I understand. You know, if you're going to use words, make sure it's properly. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. All right, so to talk about what we're actually here to talk about, is I want to thank my buddy Coleco Joe, first of all, for sending me a link to something. And because I saw the motherboard, and I chose not to talk about it because it is what it is. It's a motherboard. And I can't look at this thing and say, oh my goodness, either way. You know what I mean? I see a piece of plastic with a bunch of electronic doodads all over it that I can't really speak upon. But he sent me a link to a thread, but it talked about this board, and it referenced a specific video. A gentleman whose channel is called Spawn Wave. He sounds like the type of cat that knows what he's talking about. And he's talking about GPUs and doogity-das and the fucking 33 divided by 6 and the angle of the dangle being in proportion with the heat of the meat. And he brought up 2 very interesting facts. One of them was, and I won't spend too much time on this one because, you know, it could be either here or there with this, but there's no RAM on the board. I even know what that is. I know what RAM is. This thing's supposed to be a mini computer, right? Am I wrong there? I thought we were getting a game console. But either way, he also mentioned, and I thought this too, what if the RAM's on the bottom? I mean, technology, you know, it could be real thin little dealios. So they could be on the bottom, but he noticed that there's no RAM, nor are there any slots for it. However, unlikely that it would be on the bottom. We haven't seen the bottom of the board. However, one of the most important things he noted was in the bottom corner of it, there was a branding name on there. It was called Ask PCB, and he looked it up, and apparently what Ask PCB is they're a prototyping company, so to speak. Widely known for being able to punch things out as quick as possible, like within 24 hours. So let's say I'm Atari and I've been feeding people bullshit, or not even feeding people bullshit, just silent, and I need to finally start coming up with something. I can feed some specs to these people, and within 24 hours I got a board to hold on to. You know what I mean? There's a few people I've shown it to personally that are into this kind of thing, all tell me the same thing. They say, you know, it's nothing remarkable. It's a very standard setup, so there's nothing outstanding about it that would make it anything new. They said that they'd be surprised if you fired it up and it worked at this stage. Now, it is considered prototyping. Another issue with that is this is something that should have already happened a long time ago. So, but going on the positive side, something has been shown. There's a board that has chips and stuffs on it. There are a few things about it that are a little sketchy. I think the only part of this that really bothers me is not even so much the RAM thing, because again, it could be on the bottom, and it just could be something else. But the method and avenues in which Atari went about getting this thing, it should be called for a little bit of concern, even if you've held out hope. I'm going to pretend I've held out hope until now. I've given my $300, and I can't wait to play these super duper streaming service games I can get anywhere else after paying my $300 for the console. You know, I don't know. You know what? To go back to addressing a few things, I might as well here. I have no doubt this thing is going to come out. I really do. And a lot of people misconstrue that as well. And I've seen that in those boards whenever I go in, very rarely. That a lot of the people think that we're trolling, saying it's never going to come out. I'm sure there are some people who are actually saying this thing's never going to come out. I'm sure something will come out. I just don't think it's going to be what we were promised. And I don't think it's going to be what they wanted it to be. I don't think Atari started off wanting to be fucky. I think they had a great idea. We had the name Atari. Let's do something remarkable. Let's do something awesome. And they blew their load. Oh, and now that we got some sketchy rapid prototyping companies putting together the product, so to speak. For all you early backers, I don't think December is going to be a realistic goal. But either. So how say you? There we go. How say you? Let me know down in the comments. Again, I don't plan these. I really don't plan these Atari VCS videos. They just kind of pop up in different, in clusters. They're gaggles of information. So I'm going to consider this one a 50-50. I'm 50% optimistic and 50% still concerned. But either way, go ahead and leave feedback, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the creep is positive. You know, I'm not going to say this too often, but I do have some swag. If you want to help me out, I'm not saying help out the channel, help me out. Go ahead, buy a t-shirt. I'm going to try to put up some other designs. I've been having trouble with the actual name Atari Creep. They've been fucking kicking those off. As a matter of fact, my buddy Brian of Brian's Man Cave has the only official Atari Creep logo. You know, the one in the bottom corner of the screen on a t-shirt. He was able to sneak in before they tossed it out. But guys, I hope the start of your week is going well. It's a little gray here, but that's okay. We're starting to get some fall weather I'm happy about. So guys, until next time, thanks as always so much for watching. Take care, creep it real, and bye-bye.